something a little different. What is the bowl season by the numbers in 2022 and 2023? We break down college football's bowl season. Well, you say, what do you mean by breaking down the numbers? We literally break down the numbers. I did my math, I did my research. Bowl season, if you do the math, it starts on December 16th and goes to January 9th, 2023. That's right. It lasts 24 days. 24 days. That's 3 weeks and 3 extra days of nonstop college football. A couple days in between here or there where we might not have games, but in between, when we don't have college football, guess what? You got NFL to watch to keep you company. Heck yeah. So 24 days of bowl season, 43 different bowl games. 23 different bowl games. And it starts this year with Miami of Ohio, and UAB at 10:30 Central on Friday, December 16th, and the Bahamas Bowl all the way to the national championship on January 9th. I'm excited. This is going to be fun. It's exciting. You break down more of these numbers, by the way, 86 bowl-eligible teams playing in 2022. Do the math. We have 43 games, 2 opponents each. 43 plus 43 is 86. So 86 teams in total playing in the bowl season, the postseason in college football in 2022. That being said, there are you split it up 2 types of teams, the group of 5 and the power 5. There are 42 group of 5 teams. There are power 5 teams as well, 44 of them. So what do you do from there? Well, you break down the power 5 teams. You break down by conference how many are in each. And it would take me a while to go through and actually, I did count them. I mean, I could list some of the teams. I did not mention the independents, and I apologize. We probably even only have just Notre Dame as an independent. I could be wrong, but you have 44 Power 5 teams this bowl season. Let's start in the ACC. You got teams like North Carolina out there. You got Clemson, of course. You have NC State. I mentioned North Carolina. You have Wake Forest. You have Louisville. You have North Carolina, Duke. Duke made it 8-4 on the season. How impressive is that? Florida State. They're playing Oklahoma in the Cheez-It Bowl. I know it might be the Cheez-It Bowl, but 2 historic programs like that, I mentioned the other day, I said, heck yeah, I'll go live for that. I'll preview that game for you. Clemson, NC State, Pitt, Syracuse, just to name some of the ACC teams. Then you look at the Big 12. They have, starting with Baylor on December 22nd, they have 8 teams going bowling, so only 4 of the Big 12 teams did not make it. Baylor, Oklahoma State, Kansas, Texas Tech, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas State, who will play my Crimson Tide in the Sugar Bowl, and then TCU, who will play Michigan in the Fiesta Bowl semifinal. What about the Big Ten? They have 9 teams. You go to the Big Ten, you want to talk Ohio State, you want to talk Michigan, you want to talk Penn State, you want to talk Minnesota, who I mentioned. So, of course, I'm going to mention the same type of bowl games, but there's 9 Big Ten teams. And then the dominant conference, there are 14 teams in the SEC. There are only 3 that are left out, believe it or not. There are 11 SEC teams in bowl season this year. Yes, you go to the SEC, there are 11. Florida is in, Missouri is in, Arkansas is in, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Ohio State, Iowa, Mississippi State, and then LSU. Amazing. And then, last but not least, in the Power Five, you have the Pac 12, the After Dark, up all night, folks. 7 Pac 12 teams in bowl season: Oregon State, Washington State, Oregon, Washington, the Huskies, UCLA, Utah, and USC. It's incredible. Go with the numbers some more. There are 16 teams this bowl season with a minimum of 10 wins, double digits. That's impressive. That's really good. And then, of course, we talk about all of that, and we'll get a lot of bowl previews out these next few weeks and leading up to bowl games and stuff. We'll have some fun with it. We're not going to preview literally every game, but we got some good ones. For example, Pitt and UCLA in the Sun Bowl on December 30th. I don't know who wants to watch that, but I want to look into it and preview the game. Just giving that as an example. 16 teams with a minimum of 10 wins this season. There are 4 playoff teams, of course, and those playoff teams, as we know, we go all the way to December 31st. Georgia and Ohio State, TCU and Michigan. Michigan, TCU, if you want to go numerical order. And then, last but not least, or almost last but not least, we say 4 playoff teams for this year because we know we're coming up on a 12-team playoff. Only 2 of those 4 teams can play for the national championship, the biggest stage in college football. Climb the mountaintop. You're almost there. You're right up here, and you have a chance. 2 teams, winner take all. And last but not least, breaking down the numbers tonight, only 1 can be crowned. And I mentioned those teams: Georgia, Ohio State, TCU, Michigan. Could we see Georgia, TCU? Could we see Georgia, Michigan? Could we see Ohio State, TCU? Or do we see a all Big Ten national championship? I hope that's what we get. That would be so cool. Michigan and Ohio State. So there you have it, folks. I just broke it down for you. The bowl season numbers for 2022 and 2023. Bowl season, again, let's recap. It lasts 24 days. You can watch 43 bowl games. There are 86 bowl-eligible teams this year. 42 of them are Group of 5 teams. 44 are Power 5 teams. ACC has 9, 8 from the Big 12, 9 from the Big 10, 11 from the SEC, 7 from the Pac-12, 16 10-win teams, at minimum 10 wins. 4 playoff teams, 2 play for the national title, and only 1 can be crowned. Let's go. Bowl season is here. I'm hyped, and I'm ready to go. Woo!